Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's Mystery Monday. All right, we got to get situated here. Debbie will be joining us very shortly, but hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Looks like we got DFS here. Love to have you. All right, so it's Mystery Monday. You know what that means. We're going to lift the veil and unravel all the mysteries that you have questions about. So keep in mind, these are free readings. So there's no order. We just pick random. You can do a tip or a donation, and the pay links are below. But at the end of the day, they are free, so it doesn't guarantee you a spot. You must be 18 or older to receive a reading. And like I said, Debbie will be here shortly. She's just fixing her internet. Okay. And please no personal names in the comment in the chat. Okay. Because we won't be able to put it up if that's the case. All right. But Mystery Monday. Hello, hello. And today I'll be using, let's see, I actually haven't decided what I'll be using today. Hi, Kim. Thank you for joining us. Please share the show. As always, we're just getting together here still. And Debbie will be in shortly. Let's see, what should we use today, guys? We usually do the dice on Monday, right? We're gonna do the dice. And the pendulum, of course. How's everybody's day? It was a lovely day today. It was a long day. I had a long day. But it was a good day. I got a lot done. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Jasmina. Hi, Jincy. I see all of you guys coming in. Lovely. Please share the show, you guys. Please share it wherever you share things, you know? Debbie's fixing her internet, so she's gonna, that's like the 7th time I've said it. She'll be in shortly. Okay, let's see. I see some, Jasmina says like a Monday. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know, what, it's funny because sometimes they're like, oh, people are like, I hate Mondays. But really, it's funny because if we decided as like humanity, you know, whatever, to start our week on a Tuesday, we would feel the same way about Tuesdays. So it's just like really something about starting something that seems to be hectic or, you know, chaotic or overwhelming is like just a collective experience we have of like, dread. But, you know, I think most of the time we get through it. And something about Friday, even though I don't know why Friday's so special, but people love Friday. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me why people love Friday. I personally enjoy Saturday. That's my favorite day. Alrighty, we're just getting set up here a little more. I got my lovely abalone shell, my pendulum, my bag of goodies, my intrinsic, what's it called? What are those called? Inner guidance messages. Hello, Seashells. Hello, Rob. Thank you for joining us, guys. Please share the show. If you're new here, these are free readings. You must be 18 or older to receive a reading. I usually have Debbie here with me. She'll be here shortly. She's fixing her internet. But you must be 18 or older. Please don't put any personal information into the chat. That's not about you. So like, don't put somebody's name. We can't do medical or legal. And we do accept. Hi, Debbie. You get it fixed? I can't hear you.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I can hear you.
What happened was I noticed when we were starting the show that wherever the internet was being used was down really low. So I was sending a video reading to someone because there's someone that I do that for every single week.
Oh.
And I cut it short this time. And so I was like, okay, we have to get that sent. If I went off of it in a way and came here, it would still be going in the background, take forever. So done. Mystery
Well, I'm glad
Monday.
glad you got that done.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, it shows that we have a good, strong internet now.
Good, good,
Hi,
good.
seashells. Look at
I've already
everybody.
explained the guidelines and gone over all the little rules, and yeah, it's
And
a
here we
mystery
go.
Monday. We're getting going.
We are. Hi, Carlos. And you shared. Thank you so much.
Hi, Carlos. Oh yeah, thank you, Elizabeth, for reminding me. Please go to YouTube to subscribe and like the video. Thumbs up the video. It's very important. It's the only way we get out to other people. So if you're not going to share the show by like posting it or something or telling somebody, like the video. Like it either way, but you know what I mean. But youtube.com/at Matty Tarot and youtube.com/at Psychic Fixes. Please subscribe, turn on the notifications. Tell everybody they can get a free reading.
DFS. I do want to talk to you. I'm going to put some cards down for you, but I have a take on what you're talking about. I'm sorry about your mom having the nightmare. That is, especially when it's twice. Maddie, you might have a take on when people have nightmares. Metaphysically, there's some things you can do, things like that. But let me go and take some cards right now.
It's so interesting. I actually, I'm not as in touch with my dreams as I feel like I should be, but I will say this. I don't really have a take on nightmares because honestly, the only dreams I remember in my entire life, I remember very few, and all of them that I remember are nightmares. So I don't remember, like, they're either nightmares or weird. Those are the only dreams I remember. I don't remember any of my like pleasant dreams, but they say you dream every night. You just don't, remember it. But I don't know.
I used to never remember any of them, and lately I'm getting snippets of them, which is really strange because all my life I would never remember anything. If I had a nightmare, it usually was from me watching, as a young child, watching some kind of Twilight Zone or something like that. There was one movie that really got me. It's when the robots took over like New York, and there was two people left. The robots were at them, and then they all got turned off. And I've dreamed about that a lot.
What movie is that?
I don't know. I'm old. It's an old black and white movie, but that scared me. The robots, the big giant robots, scared me.
I mean,
So,
okay, yeah, I get it.
so but I was a kid, but I don't remember them anyway. But when we have nightmares, there's dream interpreters. There's also, medical, people, counselors or psychiatrists or whoever that could probably go over that with that person. But our brain is a wondrous thing, and it carries all kinds of stuff in it. A lot of people, if you're going to go metaphysically, have premonitions. But like if you're dreaming like giant robots taking over New York, it's probably not a premonition.
So
At least we hope not.
the things I do know about dreams, so I do dream interpretation, and here's what I do know. Typically in a dream, the opposite is true. So if you're dreaming of something like, I'll just use a cliche example, but like of your teeth falling out, that typically means that like you're nervous about something that is exciting and good about to happen. So like in your dream, something embarrassing and very devastating happens, but that typically means that there's something exciting and good about to happen. And then there's other things like symbolism of like plants, animals, and different words and feelings can be interpreted in different ways. But typically, I just say this: a dream is like our brain's taking in all this information constantly, like, and of things we're not even aware we're taking in. You know, you may have seen a red car out of your peripheral in the background of 2 intersections down. You know, you didn't register that consciously, but like your brain took that in and remembers it. And pretty much all that information, imagine it being put into a big bag, and that bag is shook around, and then they pour it out, and then it jumbles together to make a like coherent, semi-coherent story. And that's what your dream is. So
Yeah. Just snippets of stuff from forever. I agree with that. So hopefully that she'll be okay, and seek some kind of help if needed on that. Because it's good to have that really good sleep. You're asking if there's any blockages in your life stopping blessings from flowing in for love and career. Um, I want to talk about blockages because it's very interesting. I went through my younger years, just in like somebody put me in this little thing, this little tube and chute, and I just stayed right in it. And what happened is good things, all good things came in. I was super lucky. I was super intuitive. I mean, things I skated through school, it was just like that. And I look at back at it and I said, I was in that groove of everything, all the blessings and everything coming in. And then somehow I got out of it. I didn't, pursue intuition or any of that stuff until later on. And then I got back into it. And then I can manifest money and cars and all kinds of stuff, love, husband, all this stuff just kind of flowed right through everything. And I was doing some reading lately where people are saying when you get in that little groove and you just keep going, it's like, the magnet thing, you just keep flowing right through and stuff
yes,
is coming in. And
yeah,
so to me, it is finding that groove. And for me, it is making sure, because I remember the one steady thing I did when I was young was to stay in connection with who my God was God. I
hmm,
stayed in connection with my angels and I worked with them all day through the day, talked to them and everything, helped me out, whatever it was. And I just went years and years of just floating on that. And I wholeheartedly have heard this from other people. You get into that when they talk about the Silva method, it's getting in and manifesting and going through and just getting everything that you want and all this stuff coming in. I am not a chakra person. If you're talking about blockages and clearing chakras, I've never done that in my life. I seem to be able to manifest, use that to bring everything in and flow through and let all that stuff come in. So you can probably go on or talk to someone and get your chakras cleared if you want to. But my suggestion for me, and Matty can do that for you, my suggestion is that we have to follow the energy. Okay, so that can be our angels, our God, our energy in our body. We have to get in that and let it go and stay with it and stay connected. And that way you go faster, you go through it, and the stuff comes in. I have
yeah,
manifested a Camaro. I want it free. Put it on the vision board. Hello, here's the keys. It's free. Just all this stuff has come in. And I just stay in that energy. It's finding that energy and going with it. All
yeah.
right.
I want to. I agree with everything you're saying. It's important to, and I always tell people this. Oftentimes we don't realize that no matter what we're drawing in, so the law of attraction is always working, and we are quite literally drawing in what we are focusing on. So shift, the mind, I'm sorry, the body hmm, the body follows where the mind goes, or the body goes where the mind, the saying anyway. What I'm trying to say is whatever you're focused on, that's what you're gonna be noticing. That's the lens you're going to see life through. And I like to say when you get it's momentum. So momentum builds, and a lot of times we squash our momentum when we start to have doubt and we start to worry and we start to think about all the things we don't want. And sometimes we'll take all of our problems and we'll stack them up on top of each other and we'll tell ourselves, I've got this huge mountain to climb and look at all these problems and everything. Oh my gosh. And it's just, it seems like a impossible trek to climb that mountain, but you don't need to climb that mountain. That mountain only exists when you get into your overthinking and you get into this overanalysis paralysis. But you can simply dismantle that mountain by, you don't need to get to the top of this mountain. You just need to get back to the last time you felt somewhat joyful, somewhat inspired. So inspiration's a great what's it called? A great muse to use, or a great tool. And inspiration will bring you into that exact space you're talking about, Debbie, and it will bring you momentum toward your goals. And so,
Right.
yesterday, if you were feeling inspired, but today you're feeling crappy, it's like, you don't need to climb that mountain. You just need to get back to yesterday, which was, about 16 hours ago. So if you can get back in that energy, that seems a lot easier than climbing that huge mountain, right? Get in that energy, stay in that energy, and the momentum builds and builds, and eventually it starts snowballing. And before you know it, you're going down the mountain toward your goals instead of up the mountain, wanting to give up.
Yeah. Don't have any doubts. Know your goals. Stay connected to your higher power and guides and all of that. And just like Matty said, it's getting the momentum going through and keeping your focus on where you're going and what you want. Draw that stuff in. Okay. So I have some cards for you. You have good cards, but at the end we got to talk. I do see a woman here. I get a Queen of Pentacles, a money-minded woman. So this is the first card, which means that somebody's coming in or somebody's around. That's a priority there. We do have a wish come true energy over you. So manifest that thing in that you really, really want. In the future, I see money making ideas, creativity, being able to make something really, really wonderful gift. Something's going to be coming in. You'll know it's good. You'll be all excited about it and make some money off of it. Past position, I get a very ambitious female being close or in priority with you. I also get an investment coming. I feel like this is what you're going to know in your gut. This is really good. It is. So go after it because it's money that is slow growing, but will make enough to take care of like all your needs and wants in the future. Very good. I get that you'll have a positive change. Great things are coming for you from that. Let's talk about business. I get that there's something in the past that is a memory that is, or an idea that you had in the past that you better bring forward because I feel like it's going to come forward. I feel like you're going to go into a partnership with this idea. Now, what I'm getting in this last two cards is feeling unsupported. So, this partnership you go in with is not, that person or whatever it is not going to be supportive of what you're doing together. So know that. I feel not only unsupported, I feel like you'll get stuck. So make sure that you relook at any partnerships that are coming up from an idea that you already had, because you probably have to align yourself with someone else within this. Okay. And that's what I have for you.
That was lovely. Okay, I've selected, let's see. Elizabeth, I would like to ask about clarity on a situation involved with a romantic connection. Elizabeth, I want to ask you, is that your question? Or is there more that you would like to say or ask? Because I've already pulled cards, but please put in the chat if that was the extent of your question. Okay, let's see. I'm just pulling a couple more. I've got here the Knight of Pentacles. So you're committed. You're committed to this person, and you it's slow moving though. It's maybe not moving as quickly as you would like it to, or maybe this person seems like they were really in it in the beginning and kind of have pulled away a little bit. But you are very committed in this. And let's see if the person's okay. So I was gonna, okay, that makes sense. Elizabeth says, I want to ask if the person is being sincere regarding something I saw online. Is it involving a third party? I do have the Three of Pentacles here. So there could be somebody that this person is possibly interacting with. I'm not saying they're doing anything behind your back or necessarily, you know, being, how do you say? They're not deceiving you necessarily. However, I do see here that you, okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is here. You're very committed to this person. They make you feel like you love them and you want to create a life with them. You even possibly see this person. You might even be thinking you would want to have a child with this person. But either way, they're honest with you. They are. But there is something here about working with another. It might be that this person is just, what am I getting here? I'm trying to get the message. Hold on, I got to pull one more card. Let's see. Okay, yin and yang. This person's really opposite of you. But they say opposites attract, you know? And you feel like this is kind of, there's times where you feel really uncertain. It's like a bumpy road. It's like, oh, look at that. That's crazy. Hold on. Okay. Make peace with uncertainty. literally as I was saying, it's sometimes you feel really uncertain. And I was about to be like, you need to learn how to be okay with that. Make peace with uncertainty. It may take a while to find clarity about a situation. Be patient. Know that the invisible healing forces are at work during this phase. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say because I get like secretive energy, but it's not because he's being deceitful or he's just kind of a reserved person. Or he, she, I'm not really sure, but the person I'm getting is they have a very masculine energy. They're very reserved. They kind of keep to themselves. They play their cards close to their chest. They are also afraid of being hurt. They don't show it outwardly. But they have a fear of intimacy. This person's very opposite of you. You're more vulnerable. You're more open. You're more willing to talk about your feelings, and you're a little more emotional. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I actually advocate for emotions. I think they make you, that's what makes us human. It's what makes us strong. And people always try and say like, oh, it's sometimes they're like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It actually, in fact, it is that deep. So maybe you're just shallow. No, I'm kidding. But this person is kind of far away from their emotional body. They don't really. So what you guys you have an opportunity here to kind of show each other. He can show you how to be more reserved and, keep your peace, not letting everyone else around you affect you so heavily, because I think that you have somewhat of a consistent issue with that, maybe taking too strongly others' opinions, taking that too personally. But you can also show him how to be more vulnerable and open up and let his walls down. There's strength you guys can give each other, and I do see loyalty here. You're being asked to remember your gifts. Focus on your blessings rather than dwelling on adversity. Pause and give thanks for your gifts, such as, gosh, I'm just on point today, such as your sensitivity, your intuition, your health, your friendships, and your family. I'm going to pull one inner guidance message. It says, strength and courage. strength and guidance. All that. Okay, that's all I have for you this evening.
Thank you. Have to go back up to Yasmina. Hi. Okay. I'm going to do something a little bit different where I'm going to actually look at the rest of March and April, May, and go into June for you. First 4 cards are for you. The one card I get down for you, the Emperor card, is my card for somebody that can give good advice. Someone's a mentor, teacher, skills. And so always know that you have that. I have that come right down, that you can give good advice. You can show people how to do stuff. This is a great skill. This can make money, the whole shebang there. I love it. You have the Judgment card over you. So it means that what is coming in for you is, when things kind of change and you have to sit down and really think about your future, kind of look at your goals and make some new ones and all of that. It's a good thing. Even though it's something that we probably don't want to go through all the time, I see it as a super positive thing for you. I get you having a new beginning in the future. So let your intuition guide you on your path. But I feel like, oh, I got a positive attitude. I'm just going to go do this new thing. And so I get that as a really good thing. Remember, just work with your guides, use that intuition to tell you, to guide you. Okay. Past position shows me just the same thing. Whatever you were doing, you were doing. Whatever you're doing for work or whatever, that's what I see. So when we look at March and April, I do get this card, even though it is my uncommitting male card. I'm going to say that you need to not rush into things right now and into April. Make sure that you take plenty of time kind of figuring out what you want to do in your decisions and all of that. All right. It does show me strongly in April that you are going to be connected to the other side, meaning that you are going to be having strong communication. This might be in your dreams, by the way, but I see good communication can be at night and very strong messages coming in. So, psychic ability here. All right. When I get to May, I do get a partnership with a male. So I feel really good about this. I feel really great. He doesn't have a super loud personality, but he is very much smart and a leader. But he is more of the soft spoken type of person. And I want to say the one way that you connect and you'll know it's him is his love for nature and being around the water. Okay. So I do get a strong partnership there working with this person. When we get to June, I have a very strong personality woman, a very Libra like, very compassionate, yet no nonsense, strong opinions. And she comes in with a career offer for you. Now, I don't have that you're going to accept it. I don't see that yet. But I think that this is a big thing that comes in for you. And that's what I have for you.
That's lovely. Okay. I've chosen Lynn's. Alrighty. First of all, I'm sorry to hear that, Lynn's. That's unfortunate, and that can be really stressful. I definitely understand. I've been there before. Money's so interesting. I just want to say one thing about money real quick. I used to have this like really, really bad attachment to it in a way that was like, if I didn't have enough, I would be so stressed. It'd just be constantly stressed, dread. This was like back in my like maybe late teen, like 18 to early 20s, like up to 25. Anyway, it would just be this like devastating, debilitating, like, oh my gosh, like, constant stress about it. But really, you gotta learn how to change your relationship to money, because money comes and goes. It's a currency, right? So it flows like the currents. And It comes in and it goes out, just like the waves of the ocean. And kind of view it, you know, it's a liquid, they say liquid assets, right? So anyway, all these references to money. Money is just like any other type of energy. It's just like a physical form. So, when the tide is high and you have enough, it's great, right? But when the tide goes out, you need to learn to take it slow, enjoy the tide pools, and take a look around at the things that you maybe haven't noticed before, that you've overlooked, and take your time to look through the tide pools. And before you know it, the tide will come back in. But you have to have that faith, and you have to have that, you have to view it in such a way that, like, when you are able to pay a bill or something, be grateful for that you have the funds to be able to do that, instead of being like, oh my gosh, this is all my money, and it's like I don't have any now, and I have to pay this bill. That's the energy, that energy you have attached to that. That's the energy you're drawing in when it comes in regard to how you attain money in this life. So if you're negatively attached to it, whenever you have to let it go and thinking about how you won't have any, that's why that keeps happening to you. So change the mindset. Be grateful you have the funds to be able to pay that bill, and have faith that it will come back, just like the tides always come back in. And take your time and look through the tide pools in the meantime. Or what's the other saying? Stop and smell the roses. And find gratitude for the smaller things, and just have that faith. Okay, it drastically changed my view on money, and the way I attain it, and the stress that it no longer causes me, whenever I may go through a rough period. So just want to share that with you. So I've pulled some cards, though. I saw your second message. I would also like to know about love. So I want to just let you know, you're going through a transition right now. You're being asked to let go of something. This may be a time when you have had to rely on family heavily, maybe to assist. And you got commitment here. So that's good. That's in your future. So we'll get to that in a moment. That love you want is coming, but there's something in the way, your foundations, and the way you were raised, and the way you were kind of, we mirror what we were shown in life by our caregivers. So maybe in your family there was sayings like, money doesn't grow on trees, or you got to work hard, whatever it is. So you have this idea about money, that it's hard to attain. You got to work really hard for it, and it's nothing's free, all this stuff. So you got to work on unrooting all of that, because in today's world, it's so different. So there's people making millions of dollars off TikToks, doing dances. So it's like, who knows? But there's you could, there's always a way to attain, and you just got to find your own little niche or groove. Okay, you need to face your fears. There's something here about being witty, being vigilant. So facing a fear and being on your toes, and being open-minded and staying alert. And that may be in regard to opportunities that you might not see if you're looking through a negative lens, if you will. I'm going to get to the love part next, but I want to just read the dice to you. I rolled the dice. You've got the Jupiter. I believe this is Jupiter. What is this one? No, it's Pluto. You've got the Pluto die. That is pertaining to death and rebirth, out with the old, in with the new, the end of an era, transformation. So like I was saying, you're going through a change or transformation right now. You've got the, let's see, what's this? Pisces. Naive, seeking release, pure of heart, unaware of deceitfulness or daydreaming. And then the third house, which represents siblings in your hometown or your hometown. It could mean that you should expect a written correspondence soon, and it warns of whispers and scandals. So essentially, it's just the dice are just confirming what I was saying. There's a transition happening right now. You may be looking at it through a lens that is rather naive. You're not seeing the bigger picture, and this heavy reliance on family at this time is represented with the third house, that says represents siblings or hometown and family. But there's the light at the end of the tunnel. you're gonna do fine. The money's gonna come back, okay? But then you're gonna start dating soon. I don't know if you already have, but Knight of Cups is here. You're gonna start dating. You're gonna move toward, and looks like this path brings you toward a loving relationship. There's the lovers here that came out, and I've got the commitment card to confirm it. So it looks like you, if you take this advice that I've said, and you reframe the way you approach life and opportunities and how you attain money, that is the path that will set you on course to to intersecting with that person that you're just going to click with. I'm not going to say it's going to be a fairy tale, because it never is. It might feel like it, but it's obviously going to be challenging at times, but it's going to be fairly smooth for you, and that's honestly a blessing. So that will come rather easy. And yeah, that's all I have for you this evening.
Linz, I would love to give you my manifesting book if you just send me an email at psychicfixes@gmail.com. And there's two little things and say, Debbie, I want your manifesting book and those two little things that you have in it. They'll help you get a job. Okay. And the book on manifesting will help bring in money, but the two little things I send you are going to help you get a job. Okay. So I saw that you put in all those applications. So I can show you how to do that. I don't charge for it. Just psychicfixes@gmail. I'm happy to send that stuff to you. Okay. So that'll be great. I actually selected Athena. Hi, Athena. Okay. I have cards for you. I took some extra cards as well. I don't know if you're all about wanting to do something different with your career, make a change, something like that, but that's what I'm getting. Like, let's, manifest this great change in career. I do see that you are going to change your goals and everything in the future, so it looks like you're going on that path. In the future, I do get this in the future that you feel like, okay, I need this much money, the certain amount, or I am expecting it, I'm growing it. I really feel like that you have to wait a little bit longer than you anticipate for that certain amount of money to come. So manifest for it. Past position is the Queen of Pentacles. That could be you or someone else. This is somebody that likes money. We have a money theme in this lifetime, either of just loving it or making it, by the way. So I do have either it's you or someone close to you in priority recently. Okay. So anyway, this person is very good, can make, good advice, good choices about money, and give that advice is very good as well. I do get you taking time to maybe soon sitting down and remembering the past. Maybe we're going through photos or it's marking a date, but I feel like it's an important thing. I also get a lot of success for you, by the way. So I see that coming in. But let's talk about fear, because I have the card of fear, and right next to it is my Ace of Cups, of opening our heart up for love to come in and all the blessings and joy. There's a little fertility on this card as well, but there's this kind of, great fear around really opening up. And so I want to just, tell you, sometimes when we have that kind of a negative thing, it kind of blocks things. So we want to make sure that we're opening our heart up, and we can protect ourselves a little bit, but don't be fearful about opening yourself up and letting all these wonderful things come in. I want to tell you, it shows me a time that you're going to really go along with the flow. I feel like this is really good. We're just going to skate. We're going to enjoy things. We don't want the drama, but it's leading up to severing ties. So we're quitting, we're over, we're done with something. So I took some cards to say, what is she getting rid of? What is she finished with? It does show me entrepreneurial path and having to juggle money. Even though we think money is going to come in, we're juggling the money. So I think that if you have your own business, you have something on the side, something entrepreneurial going on, I just kind of feel like that there'll be an ending to that. So always know that great things come out, after those kind of things, that we let something go and it's good for us, because that's how I see this happening, that you'll be happy, it's going to be done with. So that's what I have for you.
That was lovely, Debbie.
So you guys, they're free readings, but if you want to tip, there's live links in the description or scrolling under us. Also, you can book a private session with Matty. So let me take Athena down, and I shall bring up this wonderful QR code.
Yes, yes, yes. And I just want to say before you do that real quick, Janice Kath, please resubmit your question without the personal name of the other person. We can't put anybody else's name up on the screen. So go ahead and put person of interest or POI or, the person on my mind or the person I'm thinking of, whatever it may be. And keep in mind that these are random selection of readings, so there's no list. But if you want to be considered for selection, you need to not put that name, okay? So just go ahead and resubmit your question, okay?
There we go.
This is my QR code. Isn't it lovely? You can scan it. You can print it. You can take it all around, slap it on the side of your car, make a banner, make a t-shirt, give it to everyone in your family for Christmas. But scan it, tell them to get a reading with Matty Tarot. I'm more than happy to help. We dive really deep and we uncover a lot of things. And so I do more than just tarot readings as well. But yes, that's my lovely QR code if you'd like to book a private reading with me.
There you go. I like that. It's
yes,
great.
Yes. Okay,
whenever you say that, I think of getting a magnetic sign and sticking it on the door of the car.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody just like shooting everybody's, QR code on their t-shirts. And
I love it.
It'd be good. That'd be Christmas for you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Okay, so I've selected. We figured this out last time, but what was it? Miguel.
Sounds like Miguel.
Sounds like Miguel. Miguel. Okay.
Sounds okay to me.
I'm gonna do a 3-month for you, Miguel. So let's see. I gotta pull one more card. There we go. Okay, so first month, you've got the Magician, the 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. So you are the creator of your own reality of where this goes, of where you want to take this, and you're really focusing on the friendship aspect of your relationship at this time. It looks like with your partner. So you're really honing in on that and trying to build a stronger bond through friendship, through mutual understanding, through grace, and just sort of the leniency of a friend. I don't know how to explain this in words. I'm just going to say it like this. We may be texting our friend or talking to our friend, and they may do something or they may mess up, and we don't get super mad at them, right? We're like easy to forgive them. We're like, it's okay, no big deal. But if our partner does the same thing, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, and we like give our partner hell for it. It's like you're really actually focusing on not doing that, and you're trying to be more understanding, more open, create a safe space, treat them more like a friend, and build that true bond with them, because at the root of a strong relationship is a good solid friendship. You want always, they say love is, the commitment and love is difficult over time, but if you're friends with your partner, you got to actually like them too. You can't just be in love with them, because you can love somebody and not like them very much. You know what I mean? So it looks like you are definitely building up a strong foundation to make sure that lasts. Okay. And it's all about your choices. I got the 7 of Cups here. It's all about choices. So So you're really just focusing on, the choices you're making and consciously, you're introspecting essentially and making conscious decisions. So that's really good. That's called having a conscious relationship. Month 2, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. It looks like you get really practical about something. You start to release, maybe doing more meditation, grounding technique. You've also got a good, you've also got something financial coming out this month. So the second month of, so it looks like maybe you have a job switch or some sort of income, change in income, but also you have clarity and peace about something. You are transitioning through and practically approaching issues, which gives you more security and in knowing that you can trust. And that's honestly really beautiful. The third month here, you've got the Six of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Three of Swords. This one's a little difficult, but what I'm going to say is you have a total turnaround on the way you view your role and yourself in this relationship. So you give, right? You're a giver. And you on the third month, you kind of, it's not that you let go of being a giver, but you understand that you don't, maybe you've not considered yourself so much due to old pains, old wounds in your heart, that you're releasing. It looks like you do finally release these things, and you understand that you really, how do you say? I'm going to say it this way. The person you're with is giving to you in such a way that's showing you how you haven't necessarily been giving to yourself, or how others may have not considered you, and you're just kind of used to that. And so you're really letting this go, and letting the past wounds go, and kind of learning a new way of operating in life. And it honestly feels really freeing for you, and it feels very liberating. I'll say that's the word, liberating. I'm going to pull one of these true love cards. Look at that, commitment again. Commitment. So, and you got the Hierophant, which you don't see coming. So there's like, you're going to get married to this person, and you guys are committed to each other. I see a lot of love and loyalty here. This is a empath empowerment card. I'm getting that you are very empathic and trying to get in tune more with your spirit self. And so like you had said, and so let me pull one of these cards, and this is a little bit of advice for you, something you can tune your focus to, and kind of go in that direction. Oh, look at this. Quiet your mind. This really goes hand in hand with the third month. Well, it's kind of a process, but it starts with the decisions you're making, and it starts with receiving, feeling like you can trust, and then it ends with releasing these old wounds and quieting that inner critic that's in your mind that has so frequently and so regularly and consistently just dismissed you, or not considered you, or kind of quieted you. So what you need to do is quiet the mind. Overthinking a problem is not the key to any door. Take a few breaths and still your inner chatter. Let yourself just be for a while. Sometimes we think so much that we are what we're thinking, right? But really, that's not. I mean, the mind knows nothing. That's why it has to think. The heart is what knows. And sometimes we need to quiet the mind, get into the body, get into feeling, tune into our heart, and that still, peaceful silence beneath all the commotion. There's a body of water there that is very still, and it is very, very, how do you say, knowledgeable. And that is where the answers are. And if you can tune into that space, you will, when people say going with the flow, truly that's what the deeper meaning of going with the flow is. It's getting into that space, and that's where you kind of like Debbie was saying in the beginning of the show, I don't know if you were here, but finding your, what were you saying, Debbie?
That groove,
The
you know,
groove. Okay, yeah. So
that
she
little.
mentioned she called it the groove, but getting into your groove, getting into that space, and getting into your path essentially, and that's where you really will build the momentum. But I mean, I see a strong, loving future for you that is full of abundance. So that's all I have for you this evening.
Oh, that was so nice. I'm going to do Jinsey. There we go. 3-month reading. I took some extra cards for you. We have a lot of stuff here. I feel like that what you really want is some good news. Debbie, give me some good news. Well, I'm going to give you some news. I want to tell you, I do get a sense of loss. I don't know if you lost someone or something that would create like a heartache or some grief, but this is the energy crossing over. I'm just getting that very sad loss card. I do see that you're going to go in a new direction in the future. So you have something kind of built up and you're going to go in a different direction. It's very good. I can see it happening. I'll tell you about it in a minute. I don't know if you just got some money, but I feel like we got money, refund, something. We had something that you should have gotten connected to you. I feel like you already got that. And it's money. They're showing me for March and April. Getting some advice is important to make a decision. Make sure that you reach out to people that can give you their opinion. That way you can make a really good decision. I get still stuck in April of having to make a decision. So make sure you keep reaching out to people and sit down and kind of judge everything and look at it, because that's the way you're going to make your mind up. And I need to see you making that decision. And I actually think it's going to happen in June, but just do it faster than that. Okay. When I get to May, I get a very strong woman, strong personality, and a justice theme of what's right and wrong. Very intelligent woman. This can be you or someone else, but I feel like we go into a challenge. We're challenged. It's hard to go forward. We don't want to go backwards. We're kind of hanging in there. So I see you hanging in there, and I get in June the Lover's card, which for me is making choices in love and romance, what we're going to do about relationships. And then I see finishing it. We're ending, we're done, we're over. Okay. I took 3 more cards because we see in the future you go on to something better and on to your future. And I said, what is this about, this ending? And I do get the broken heart here, the 3 swords, the broken heart. I do get something good coming in as far as your career and success and happiness, and a new beginning from you, for you. So this great stuff comes out, even though we're going to go through that. And that's what I have for you.
That was lovely, Debbie. Let's see. I'm gonna do Marsha Carl real quick. So Marsha, this is, first of all, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really unfortunate, and I apologize. Or my condolences go out to you. I will say this though, it's probably, while it's hurtful and it's hard to go through, it's probably something that you also have a air of understanding that, like, it's for the best that it happens this way. It's still painful though. I mean, of course it's going to be. You're going through a transition. You're trying to let go. You're trying to release that. You're trying to release. You have a lot of anger about it. Okay, I'm getting your it's embarrassment, which is coming out in the form of anger. Maybe there's someone in your family that's judgmental, and that you feel in some way like a failure. Please know you're not a failure. Please know that relationships are just like really hard in general. You know, I don't mean to sound like discouraging to anybody, but I mean, relationships aren't easy, and they never are going to be. You know, they shouldn't be filled with turmoil, and they shouldn't be filled with devastation, and they shouldn't be filled with, like, you know, emotional roller coasters and abuse and all that. Like, that's toxic. We don't do that. But still, even a healthy relationship is hard, and it takes a lot of work, and you gotta, you know, not everybody's cut out for it. A lot of people aren't prepared for how deep it really goes. If two people are willing to be that transparent with each other, you know. If not, then there's just all this room for that toxicity that I was describing, and it looks like that may have kind of been what played out here. You know, and we each play our role, so, you know, you're not totally innocent, but you're also, I don't see here that I don't see here that you were the, like, root issue. I don't like to place blame or fault, but I will say that you kind of played the cleanup a bit in this relationship, and you feel like you've been taken advantage of. You're trying to let go of that. You're trying to move on. You're grieving the loss. You know, and the Five of Cups is here, and the original depiction of the Five of Cups is really interesting. I love it because there's the three cups in front of the person. The person's like standing in a cloak, and they're like looking down, and they're sad, they're grieving, and the three cups are spilled over in front of them, right? And the two of the cups are behind them and standing upright. And the Two of Cups card shows relationships and, like, love, and like a love relationship, or like a really close partnership. That's what the Two of Cups symbolizes. And then the Three of Cups symbolizes like celebration, gathering, friendship, all that, blah blah blah. So what I'm saying though is, like, the Five of Cups shows them looking at the Three of Cups spilled over, and they're grieving that loss, that of what's been, you know, spilled, what's been lost. But what they don't see yet is, if they turn around when they're done grieving, there's the Two of Cups right there. There's always another opportunity, whether it be, you know, with a new person or whatever, or even with self, or even with the same person after some healing work has been done. The Two of Cups is still there, and it really just signifies the love, the partnership you will always have with self. The love didn't leave you. You will always have that cultivating. You cultivated that within you. It will always be yours. Nobody else can take that away, no matter what has happened. So that's always with you. It's right behind you. Once you go through the grieving process, you gotta take time to do that. The only way out is through. So that the Five of Cups is kind of, it's grieving, but there's this, like, light at the end of the tunnel, essentially. And it looks like it's really getting you into a state of mind where you're getting in touch with your divine feminine. I feel like this is the relationship in your life that really got you on track with what you do want in you know what you want in a relationship. You know what you don't want. You definitely have witnessed and seen the, you know, some things you never would have saw coming, but now you know. You see the sign. You're going to see the signs if you see them coming in the future. You know exactly what you don't want. You know exactly what doesn't work for you and what does. And so this is really bringing you into your power. You'll have appreciation and gratitude for this in the future once you get through the grieving and the letting go of that anger, letting go of that shame or embarrassment or feeling of failure. You did, once again, you're not a failure. Okay. This is a stepping stone on the way to your success. This is a bridge to your goals in life. I know you want a committed relationship, and that is, honestly, this is bringing you toward, whether it feels like it right now or not. And I know you might be rolling your eyes at me like, oh gosh, like, I don't want to hear this crap. But this is bringing you toward your best self. I assure you. Okay. You've got what you don't see coming. Six of Wands here. You're going to get that appreciation, that praise, that acknowledgement, that recognition that you want, that you deserve for your hard effort. And when you start dating again, okay, it's going to bring you connection. You're going to find somebody you really connect with, and it's going to be, I mean, I see it going really well. I don't have, I can pull a card real quick, but it's going to be a true connection. You're going to feel it on a different level, you know, because there's love. You can feel the love, but a lot of times love is just like this bunch of chemicals in our brain that's like kind of a mix of like lust, and it's a mix of like mystery and the unknown and all that, and nervousness, but connection is so important. You can love somebody but have no compatibility with them. And I see a true connection coming through for you. um but you gotta let go of what has happened, okay? And you got to work through that and step into asked to do. um Illuminate self, take your power back, and practice forgiveness. It will do nothing but eat you alive from the inside out to hold on to that resentment. And that's all I have for you this evening.
You know, Maddie, I was reading some stuff, and there was this woman that seemed to be getting everything she wants and really going through life really well and all of this. And they kind of studied what she was doing metaphysically, and they were trying to connect the dots. How are you creating this? How are you going through and having all this good, lucky stuff come in and wonderful things? And she said, they said, what were you doing? And she says, practicing forgiveness. And I thought I'm screwed. Totally.
No, it's so important. It's so important. People, it's hard. It's really hard. But really, you got to do it for you. Forgiveness, I mean, people define forgiveness differently, but in my definition of forgiveness is um when a situation or whatever happened no longer has the emotional impact or the weight or the burden in the present moment and moving into the future over you anymore. So when you've when you're able to have that situation come up or something, it's not necessarily that you want to sit around talking about it because it's like that's in the past, who cares, but like you don't have that burden, that weight, that you're not affected by it anymore. It's like, yeah, that happened and I accepted it. And I honestly, I've forgiven most people in my life and that have hurt me. And I wish those people the very best. And but away from me, because I have no desire or need to be around those people. And so, it's not that I want them to suffer, but like, you know, live your life. And
Right.
I'm living mine. And so forgiveness is so important though, because it really it really releases a lot in us, and it's very essential for our growth spiritually. And it's one of the hardest things to do, but it's all about how you frame it. And so, do it for you. You don't do it for you don't need to tell somebody you've forgiven them. You don't need to interact with them anymore. You don't need to invite them back into your life, or you can set a boundary. You don't have to make it you don't it doesn't make it okay what they did. Forgiveness doesn't mean it's okay that you did that. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means I'm not going to let the poor choices that you made that were harmful to me, I'm not going to let those decisions that were out of my control that you made impact me in such a way that holds me back and keeps me small, because I am the creator of my own life and my path. And you got to take that mindset, and then you have to simply, it's a choice. You got to put it down. Put the pain down. At any time, you can take that pain and put it down. It doesn't seem like you can, but you can. You make the choice. And and it's a mental choice. So when your body gets back into the groove of feeling the sadness, feeling the sorrow, feeling the hurt, feeling the anger, you got to mentally remind yourself, I have chosen to forgive this person in that situation and move on. I've chosen that. I'm going to continue to choose that. And every time that comes up and you continue to remind yourself that, slowly but surely it will fade away. It will leave. And eventually one day you're going to wake up one day and be like, wow, I'm true. Like it's almost like a shift happens one day. You're just like, I haven't thought about that in a long time, and I'm thinking about it right now, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. And so, yeah, you just got to keep mentally making that choice, even no matter what emotions you keep feeling about it.
Even if it was like, we're here, we have soul contracts. That can be one of the things. How do you deal with this? Do you, forgive? How do you deal with this big thing that happened in your life? So excellent. I want to tell Liz you broke your hip, and everybody sends good vibes to Liz and for a speedy recovery. We couldn't get to everybody tonight, and we have all these wonderful new people in, but we're going to be here on Wednesday, and then we're going to be here on Friday.
Yes, you guys, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, doing free readings. And yeah, so if we didn't get to you this evening, please come back on Wednesday. Put your question in early and just let us know. I was here on Monday. I didn't get a reading. Can you try and get me this evening? So we'll definitely try and seek you, pick you out of the group.
Well, happy full moon and lunar eclipse and all of that stuff. And you guys go, and if you are pagan or Wiccan or just love doing a little ritual, go out there and have some good vibes come in. And we still have people saying hello. We do free readings, Letty, but we're past our hour and we got things that we got to go do. So we're going to sign off. We can see you Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Come in and post your questions.
Yep.
Okay.
Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But thank you, everybody, for joining. And I hope you have a lovely evening. And bye, Debbie.
Bye. Take care, everybody.